Welcome to Awaken Life Radio, a podcast about being a spiritual being, having a human experience in a world gone mad. Each week, we will discuss how you can heal yourself, cultivate your intuitive superpowers, and be a sacred vessel for planetary healing. I am your host, Narayani Gaia. Greetings, beautiful friend. Welcome to today's episode. Today I want to share with you about the power of transition. As you know, right now, our world is in a big transition. Whether you see the transition as a time of ending of the pandemic or transition towards a more sustainable world, we are in a time of great change. Personally, I've been through a lot of great transitions, and those transitions in your life can look anything like wanting to buy a home or move, but you haven't, being at the end of a relationship or in between intimate relationships and not quite having a new partner. You could be going through a change in your career where you know that you're leaving, but you may not be sure exactly what's happening. The transition you're going through personally may also be around the birth of a child or the loss of a loved one. When you're going through transition, it's challenging to find the new vision that is available to you. It takes some time for the new vision of yourself and your life to be revealed, as well as what your life has to offer from the people and circumstances that exist in your future. Meaning, we don't know what's going to happen. And we don't always know how we're going to create this new life for ourselves. What I do know about the positive quality of transition is that they're a very powerful time for grieving and for healing and for reflection. Collectively, our world is in a great transition. As of October of 2021, we have been through so much from the coronavirus pandemic that we've come to find ourselves really longing for the other side of our reality. It's a time to reflect, to heal, to feel, to grieve. And personally, we each have an opportunity to find our paths into the future with purpose, with meaning. And we have been able in this transition to really look at what's important in our lives now, kind of what's always been important, and what's really important moving forward. What I know about transition is that it really slows you down. When I lost my partner in 2017, it was a complete, what we call in the coaching world, pattern interrupter. It caused me to start to look at all of the feelings that I had because my emotions were so overwhelming, and the only thing to do was to be present with what was coming up in each moment. It was hard to find what the next vision was because there was so much emotional healing that needed to happen in the grieving process. To hear more about healing from loss of a loved one, check out the podcast that I made on healing from the loss of a loved one. But for today, I want to continue to look at whatever it is that you're going through, where you may feel right now that you're not necessarily clear on what's next. And I want to invite you to pause and acknowledge the power of what is true for you in this moment. Because of so many generations of trauma in humanity, we are conditioned to go into fight or flight. And the healers and the spiritual teachers know that in the face of challenges in our life, we can always rely on what is true in the present moment. What is true is how you feel, what you know, what you don't know, and also what is possible. These things are things that you can focus on even when you don't know for sure how you're going to get to the other side or what exactly your life looks like. It can be really challenging to find your vision, let alone figure out how to create your vision if your resources are low, if your support network that you're used to is no longer there, if somebody you care about has passed, if your whole life has changed because even if you just had a child and you're celebrating, you don't have the same energy you used to have, the way you think is different, the way we see the world changes, and particularly collectively, the way that we see the world is now all changing very quickly. As we lean into this new era and we acknowledge that we are in a transition, we have an opportunity to do things differently. This is one of the many blessings of transition. And this shift in perception absolutely requires a new way of thinking in order to create something that's never been created. So collectively, we're going through an evolution, we're going through an awakening, but we will not be able to create solutions for the planet, heal the mental illness, the poverty, and the war if we don't think outside the box. Myself, gosh, I think about 20 times I've moved in my life. I've had love, I've had loss. This year we lost my dad. And I somehow tend to really connect with the energy of butterfly medicine, which is rebirth, freedom, and kind of enjoy inventing my life. It's not that it's always easy or that I don't have grief on the healing and awakening journey. It's that there's something very inspiring about leaning into the possibility for a different way, a new way of being and of creating in the world. One of the things I've been able to do this year is to learn how to play the ukulele. And I always wanted to play a string instrument as long as I can remember, just to be able to sit around a fire once in a while and play music with friends. I tried the guitar, it just didn't work. My hands are really tiny, but I got a ukulele and started watching some videos, and I've learned about 6 songs in 2021. It's been so fun. I'm not a professional musician or anything, but the fulfillment of learning something new and doing things differently has really brought inspiration to my life. And what I know is that if I cannot necessarily have clarity on a vision or a decision that needs to be made in my life, that it's important to work with certain energies. First, inspiration, clarity, clearing energy, grounding. In Awaken Life School, and when I work with private clients as well as with groups, when we're mentoring myself and my team, we work with 4 basic energies to help people go through transition. We work with the power of working with the earth and grounding, connecting to healthy body and healthy relationship with Mother Nature. We work with the feeling body and the power to feel through anything that needs to be felt through. We work with love and the energy of the heart and the wisdom that comes when we honor all of our feelings and needs. And we work with clearing and making sure that the energies are clear, our personal space is clear, our minds and our bodies are clear of past patterns that no longer serve us to create new ways in the world. When these four energies of grounding, feeling, self-love, and clearing are activated, then vision becomes really clear. And vision comes also with a lot of witnessing and detachment and observing after those four other themes are activated. Being in the witness really helps you to focus and to pay attention to what's true. So if you're listening to this and you're going through a major life transition and you're not really aware of what's next for you, I invite you to take some time to really be with what's true for you, with what you feel, to really honor and be with the discomfort, the grief, the confusion. Because when we give attention to that which is even uncomfortable, we have an opportunity to get to the root of any patterns of survival mode that may be deeply ingrained in the psyche of yourself and your family and your ancestral lines, as well as your past lives in your soul. Also, to nurture the positive feelings and those feelings which inspire you to create a world and a life that is new, where the earth is healed, where people respect each other, where everyone has more than enough resources, and where we realize the truth of the divine nature, that we are infinite and always connected with the sacred. When we nurture through being with life in a new way, with warmth and care and love, then that which is not that begins to fall away, and new ways of being are revealed to us so that we can take steps into the future in our lives with courage, with inspiration, and clarity of vision. If this speaks to you and you would like to go deeper in any way, I invite you to consider checking out any of the courses and trainings on transition and embodied awakening that I offer. And I will place links in the bio below for you to check out. May these transitions be graceful for you, and may you have clarity to step into your life with as much love, joy, and inspiration. Without rushing, of course, simply by being present with what is. Thanks so much for checking out this episode. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's episode, and I sure hope you did, consider joining us on Awakened Life Tribe Facebook page. Simply go to Facebook.com/Awakened Life Tribe and join the conversation. Feel free to reach out to me privately if you have any specific questions or are interested in mentorship or any other trainings at hello@narayanigaya.com. Thanks so much. Namaste.